Okay, sorry about that. So, hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. It's been a while since I've been one of the streams, so I've made my return. And I know Lost in Code and a few of y'all have been asking me to do another video, so I did a video. So I did like a hash brown quesadilla video with like taco sauce, like Taco Bell sauce and Freddy's sauce, and like hot Cheetos and stuff. And I also Corey was in the video, so yeah. Well, so here he is.
Thank you, Blue-Handed Sam.
Don't ask why I'm wearing these. I'm just wearing them to help my hands keep soft and warm, and not warm, and just feel good, like soft.
Is the audio coming through now, y'all? He says he saw the video, Sam.
Did you like it?
Oh, you forgot? I don't think we did the thing you said you wanted to do.
Do what?
He told me make sure we say thanks to Lost in Code, so I need to go fix that. So.
You're talking about volume.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're good to go. All right, thanks for that intro.
Yeah, but again, Code, thanks for making me have that idea. You'll have to comment on the video. Yeah, I'll check that out soon. Yeah, but you guys should, so Blaze, if you watch my channel, so like guys, so if you do Blaze, you guys should comment what I should do next, cause I'm not sure. Cause in the video, Code, you heard it probably, so you already know. But so I was like saying, like what I was asking y'all if what I should do next.
Dies from shock.
Oh, I can die for you.
All right.
I'm back. I mean, well, I gotta go early because I got school in the morning. So, peace.
Code says he gave you an idea in the comments, so you can go check that out.
Okay, thanks, Code.
And he says good night, bud.
Good night, Code. Good night, Blaze. See ya.
Blaze changed his PFP banner and name again. What'd you do, Blaze? Where'd you change it? In Discord? I mean, I guess you changed it on YouTube as well, right? Because it wasn't actually Blaze on YouTube. I forgot. Yeah, Discord's the same. You updated YouTube. I like it. 4:58. Thursday, February 13th. What's happening? What's happening at that time? What game is coming out? Oh, Roblox. Nice. Yeah, it gives you, what, 2 minutes to get ready? Does it come out at 5? That's how I set my alarm for work. Just roll out of bed, 2 minutes, and be on the calls. This camera's a little bit high. The Hunt Mega Edition. Well, sounds fun, dude. Sounds right up your alley. Do you have spring break coming up? Have any plans for that? Time to watch someone working at McDonald's and make fries. Oh, that sounds exhilarating. Now I can see how eating makes you hungry. It whets the appetite. And now Code's hungry. We're all hungry now. Thanks a lot for that. "3 a.m. at McDonald's." Well, McDonald's is one of those 3 a.m. places, I guess. Taco Bell in some areas. If you have Taco Bell. Alright, just trying to decide what to do next here. I want to work on one of these menus. Because we've got bugs being fixed in the background, so that frees me up a little bit to focus on some more core content here. Just McDonald's and Domino's. Nice. We had Domino's, I guess it's been about a month now, but we like some Domino's. There's this weird delay here. Let me check that out. All those lights kick in just a moment late. If I had to guess, it would be the external events. So here are the actual events, and then wait, no, does this one not have? This doesn't even do external events. Let's see here. At the beginning of scene, change the variable. Repeat for each instance of the books. Repeat for each instance of light flicker. Light flicker. Are these? Light. It's just called light. But there's a global object called light flicker. Those are these. Which are located in the same spot. So we've got so they are flickering. Oh, that's right, it's in the book. So when we change scenes. So let's look at test book scene. Yeah, this is where we need to look at the events. Light flicker, light flicker. Repeat for each instance of light flicker. Scene. Which is what those are. Start or reset a timer. And then change the Z order. And then it includes a bunch of events. And then down here it starts repeating some stuff for the lights. Maybe moving this upward would help a little bit. Let's just try a little order of events here. Did not quite fix it. Let's see. One more time here. Yeah, it's still coming in just a little bit late. All right, let's try disabling the external events here, see if that helps. And I have this opening up on the other monitor just because well, you can't see it because the bug I'm trying to fix, it happened so quickly that by the time I drag it over here, you won't see it, but the lights are still delaying before they turn on. Yeah, greater than or equal to, well, 0.3 seconds. So if the timer is greater than or equal to 0.3, then it's going to reassign it a range. Let me double check the standard, the default radius here. .75, but I'm having it changed to a range from 400 to 450. I could probably just change that. If I just set that to 400, let's see if that just looks better. Again, I'm testing this. It just goes so fast, but that'll work. Yeah. Scrolling all over the place here. Well, I don't know what the underlying reason for it being kind of slow is, but I think I put a band-aid on it. It should be fine. I updated it from a default light radius of 75, and I brought that up to 400, and now you can't tell the difference. So moving on. Crisis averted, people. Crisis averted. Corey's not having the cold sweats tonight in his sleep. All right. This scene needs a back button. What is this background other? We can probably get rid of that. And then let's add a button. Should just be still just a standard button. We'll skip the update for now. Actually, let's see. Do we need to close gdevelop for that? No, we don't. Okay. Button back. Oh, you might have left a test text object in the game scene. That's fine. I probably won't even get there tonight, to be honest. I mean, if you don't need it anymore, I can go and get rid of it. Having some Earl Grey tea tonight. Decaf. Alright, we'll just say back. And what's that looking like? Alright, and then, so when we get here, how do we get here? Let's go back to the main menu real quick. Let's see how we navigate this game. Just in case I wondered what it was, if you've seen it. Yeah, no worries, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so we can't even get to these skill upgrades, so I need to add a button here as well. So we've got maps. And from here we can go back to the world map. Play. So we need to add that. But first let's do... Well, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So map building. We need world map. Alright, let's grab one of these buttons. I'm going to duplicate. We'll call it button, I don't know, skills. Obviously, I'll have to really decide how I want this all to lay out. Right now, I'm just trying to get the logic in there. And then if that is clicked, where's my event? Let's go this way. World map events. If button skills is clicked or pressed, why did I say pressed anyway? Let me double check something here. Yeah, I think these should be clicked. Because I know sometimes I go to, if I'm like using an app or a game, if I, like for example right here, let's say I click on preview up here, and then halfway through the click I'm like, oh no, wrong button. And then I drag away. If I say pressed, it won't let me drag away, right? Clicked is better, don't you think? Wait, hold on, what did I just do? Yeah, instead of pressed, it needs to be is clicked. All right, let's see here. got those changed over. And then, so button skills is clicked. Then we're going to change scene to menu skills. There we go. And then we need some logic over here. World map. Let's copy this light. Make that look a little bit better. Let's go to the skills. Close out some of those other scenes. If button back is clicked, we're going to change the scene again to world map. On one of those buttons, I could change the scene, then change variables. Will they trigger if the scene is changed first? Did I do that? On this scene or on a different scene? So variable, variable, variable. Was it on the previous one? And sorry about the camera. I know it's still flickering. I ordered a cable to use with my real camera, but it is not here yet. Is that the part with all the button changes you just did? Okay, yeah, that's the other one. Let's see here. Oh, you're right. Interesting. Good catch. I'm not sure if I'm using... I will be using these. That was sort of like to hide the levels that are not yet unlocked. These are specifically deprecated though, so I should probably just go ahead and delete these. We'll re-implement something like this pretty soon, but for now I'd better just get rid of them, I think. Yeah. Visible 2, visible 3, and thanks. That was way back during the game jam. And then the variables. Yeah, could disable, I guess. But we're going to be dangerous tonight. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah, it looks like it's still working though. Let's see. Okay, so that's that. All right. One thing I kind of wanted to look at tonight was doing a text object. So you're under the map building. Had a question about the scrolls. Should the scroll drop chance be disabled? Might save on performance. Oh, yeah. So what I was actually thinking about doing is getting rid of, well, changing the way that the scrolls show up in the scene. And so instead of having them just fill up the whole thing, which is obnoxious, they'll be stackable. So for each particular quality of scroll, they'll just stack and maybe have a text counter. So, you know, I've got 12 blue scrolls here and 12 red ones here. So it would still be fewer, so it would save a little bit on performance, but the scrolls would still drop out in the world. That's what I have in mind. I could probably add a Trello card for that, to be honest. Yeah, that seems pretty standard, I think, for a game like an RPG or whatever, so might as well do that. Yeah, let's add a card. This will be a... it's along the lines of a feature, but... I don't know, we'll call it UI. How about that? It's more about the looks. A little bit performance, but more looks. UI, loot, inventory, stacking. And we'll give that a... I don't even know what colors we're using. Green. And we'll say...
There's nothing bad.
All right, I am back. I am back. I don't even know if anyone's still watching. Just had some things to take care of. Alrighty. Yeah, for loot objects in the inventory, instead of having each object occupy its own space, stack them. All right, that's that. Yeah, all's good. Just family matters. Although I was working today at a client call, and I felt so bad for this guy. I was doing like an audit, and his company was making him be on the audit, but he had lost a family. I think he lost his dad this week. So like every few minutes he was pausing because his brother was calling him to ask about arrangements. And I felt so bad for the guy. I was like, his company needs to just let him off. That's ridiculous. Yeah, definitely needed a personal day. Okay, I remember what I was doing. I keep getting so sidetracked. Let's see here. I wanted to play around with something. Let me do a quick search over here. Oh, over here. Okay. gdevelop. Okay. This will be a summary of modifiers. I want these to be, I guess, white in this case, for now. And then oh, did I ever find out about the drones and gunfire? Yeah, so it really was guns and gunfire and drones. There was a house that was being there was an armed standoff. The cops were on the outside of the house with like their armor on, and the drones belonged to the cops. And I mean, obviously, they thought there was an individual inside who was a threat. I don't know what happened. The news was not very clear on the outcome, except that it said that they found a person dead inside. So I don't know if the individual, did himself in or what. But it was an armed standoff around the block. Yeah, they got swatted. Either from the cops or from themselves. I'm not sure which. This camera, I swear, it's annoying me. So what I think I want to do is I want the list of attributes here. It's going to be like this, right? So it'll be like so like attributes, modifiers to the level are going to show up here in this text object. And so for, let me think, what am I trying to say? That's basically what this right here is showing. but I want to basically put it all, right now this is everything that could possibly spawn or roll. But I want to create a text object to show only those that have been selected and the values that apply. So for example, if we're adding enemy armor or speed, there would be a number involved. And so it would be very specific. And so, but I would think I want to make that a global text object so I can reuse it in the level itself as well. And so that's what I'm working on right now. I think it's a PSU problem. Let me think. That's unfortunate because I just bought a new one. I thought it was sufficient, but I do have, let's see, I have two pretty large monitors. I'm running, I have a KVM switch, which is self-powered, but that could be draining a little bit as well. The camera, of course. My lights are not plugged into that. There's a printer, but that's self-powered. The mic is coming from the PC, and it's LED, or it's RGB. Yeah, let me see. I could check. Let me see here. Oh, well, OBS is draining a lot. It's in the very high on in the task manager here. So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. Let's see here. So yeah, right now it's updating these things. But I think I want to just put for every specific map object that's created. Let me open up the scene here and think through this. So you create. So we've got 3 of them. Obviously, when I click on each one, it updates the attributes above. But I'd like these to basically be in a global object. And so for something that doesn't apply, like Fisher's, the Boolean is set to 0. So it just shouldn't show up at all. Bosses spawn, no. So that shouldn't show up at all. So I want to just send all that information into maybe like a structure of strings and then pull those in and add or an array, and then after each index add a new line to the text object and display it. Yeah, it could be the pulling up a preview adds even more stress to it, right? Yeah, like I could leave them on there, but my fear or my concern with having everything listed is the list of possibilities will probably grow quite a bit. So there's no way they'd possibly all fit on there in the end. That's the real drawback here. So if we have like 50 different possibilities, you know. Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. So yeah, I'm thinking I'll do an array of strings, but I need to think it through because I need to have one for each map object, or at least to update it per map object. So I'm not sure I'll get through this tonight. I just want to at least draft it out a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Do a hide, and that's kind of why I was gonna do a single text object to hold all the values, because then it's not just hide. It would be like I'd then have to figure out their placement on here. If I do individual ones, I'll have to have a whole bunch of different objects, obviously one per modifier, and then also deal with the placement. Whereas if I have a single one, I just obviously place the single text object. In fact, it won't even move. I'd probably just expand it to the whole length like this, and then add the values. So maybe like an if 0, don't add it to the array of strings. Something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty. Yeah, and then also if I could bring that same, if it's a global text object, I could maybe bring it over to like the level and use it in the UI there as well. That's my hope. So the way I've currently done this is it's a little bit, probably a little bit not optimized. I'm updating values in 3 places. It just kind of it was to get like an idea of what's going on here. Just kind of sketched out But the main one, it's updated 3 times right now. One is just when the thing is created, when this button is clicked and it populates these values. Then it updates if I click left or click right, or if I click on the different ones. But we don't have to keep it that way. It's almost like I need to put these into an external event. But probably instead of updating like a whole bunch of different global text objects, it would be the one. But I'm thinking more like update. Let me see here. Probably more like, let me zoom in here a little bit. So for example, for this Fishers one, or maybe up here, create a new map object. So Fishers. So if, so it's updating the backend arrays that are holding these values. So it's assigning a variable, random in range 0 to 1, which doesn't really have to be a range, I guess. It could just be random 0, 1. And then it's inserting that variable into a global array for the map Fishers spawn at a current index. And then down here, I'm updating a text object. But what I could do is just say if the value is whatever, then update the text object. And if not, then don't. Could add a list to the scroll a bit like how you did the inventory. If greater than 0, show, and add to the nearest slot on the scroll. Less than or equal to 0, delete from the list. Yeah, that's definitely an approach. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I think that would be a good approach too. I feel a little bit biased against having a whole bunch of those text objects. So for that reason alone, I'm going to try the first approach, but I'm going to keep that idea in my back pocket because it does sound doable. And it does sound like it would end up with the same desired outcome. All right, so let's see here. So we do have this thing. We could play around with it. So let me take the default text here, make that 0. And then, not 0, make it blank. So maybe like right down here I could say let me check. Yeah, hopefully the FPS doesn't suffer too much. The FPS has not been my best friend. You've got that right. Change the text of the text map drop frequency. All right, what did I set that one to? Map drop frequency. It's a random and range from 0 to 99. So that'll pretty much always be on there. So we don't actually even need a check for that. So we could start off with that. Change the text. Make that equal to... make it equal to... I guess it would be this thing exactly. Make sure that that works. Okay, that did not work. Oh, there we go. And then let me just add a comment here. You think it was the fissures? Just too many particles, maybe? It was either the particles or maybe too many checks related to the fissures. It's probably the most useless comment ever, but we will do this. So we'll do this, and then I think at the end we do, let me double check here. I think it's called new line. And then we'll say if, let's check a variable value, what variable? Global array map fissures spawn at index global map ID count. Variable value. Hold on, let me just get that here so I can take a look. Oops, that is the wrong spot. Is equal to 1. Then here we would update the same text object, but we'll say this. So let's check this out. Getting consistent 75-ish. Yeah, not bad. I'll take 75 any day. Oh, well, let's see. Change the text. Equal to... Oh yeah, I can't change it multiple times. I need to do this together. Oh, here we go. We need to add. Okay, so that basically worked. But I think when the new map is created, we would need to clear this text object. Okay, that seems to be responding. So now that I know that that's going to look all right, what I need to do is I'll need to do more of a check on the arrays to see what the values are. Which, I mean, I am here, but it would need to be if the variable... I really think I should do this in an external event. I think I can if I make everything global. And I do want them to be global. So let me do text summary modifiers. Drag that up here. And basically what the external event will do is clear the text object and then refill it based on some conditions. Should be simple enough. And then I'm not repeating code in 3 different areas. That way we don't get lost in code. See what I did there? Yep, exactly. One sec, I'm gonna go check on my boy. It's a lot of emojis. A lot of emojis. All right, we got work to do. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, pretty quiet in chat tonight, huh? Not everyone's crazy enough to spend their Thursday night programming. And they say you don't have to be crazy to work here. We'll train you. All right, for the external event, let me open that up. And choose the scene in which it will be included. That will be, we'll start that out with map building. Okay, and then we will start off, I think, with the text object clearing. So that will be the same as actually right here. Let's see, can I grab both of those? Yes, I can. All right. That's that, and then it's super windy outside tonight. Let's grab these things, dump them over here. And then, just out of curiosity here, crazy viewers up at 5 a.m. Yeah, it's the crazy viewers, crazy programmers. You know, that's why they say putting your game out on Steam or wherever as like early release, you tend to get a lot of extra critical reviews. You would think that reviews during early release would be like maybe more forgiving because they're like, oh, it's just a beta, they're working on it. But a lot of people say that it's actually the opposite effect because the type of people who are willing to risk playing an early access are they're cowboys. They jump in there and they feel like it's their duty to be vigilant and call everything out and identify the problems, and not always in a friendly way. So, yeah. Developers as your target audience is definitely scary. It is asking for feedback, or at least I think the good game developers are. Some people do, you know, obviously you have the bad apples who do early access to just try to make a quick buck, but obviously we're not talking about them. Oh, wait, not that. This would be over here. Hold on. What am I thinking of? We need... Yeah, we need that. So let's close that out. Really don't need the normal scene right now either. Here we would do include events from, and we'll say Hold on, why is this not showing up here? Oh, there it is. Just want to see how this goes. So let's run that. Oops. So it does seem to be working with the external event. That's good. You like how Steam tells you if the games have not been touched by developers in a while now? Man. Well, that's good. That's good transparency. If you're purchasing in early access and it says something like that, you know for a fact what you're getting is the final product. I like that. That's actually good. For sure. So now I wonder if I just drop that down here under each button click, it should work in the same exact way. So let's see, that would be if that button's clicked, if that button's clicked. Am I doing this how many times? Yeah, or so that's, am I doing this 4 times? 1, 2. Yeah, this was definitely needed. I was updating this code 4 places. Let's see if this works though. It is a nice change. All right, so now it should be able to navigate back. It's not working. Okay, let's double check this then. I think it's because I changed the variable. I think I know what it is. It's the index I'm using. I think. So yeah, the S, which is a scene, current index. Let me see, where am I? Where do I increment the current index? Right here. So current index is assigned map ID count. That happens when the new map object is clicked. But then I think it's also updated. Hold on, what just happened here? Was it deleting stuff or was it just not changing? Just not changing. Okay. Which means it might be changing. I think it's just changing to the same numbers. So as current index, let's go to this. So that's actually that's annoying because that's a scene variable. I feel like there's a global variable coming on. There might be a new global variable coming on. I don't like to make too many, but when you have to go across scenes, that's what you do. All right. Oh, no major issue. I'm just, I need to call this variable, which is a scene variable, from the external event. But I think to do that, I need to make it global. No biggie wiggy. We're going to do... We'll say map mod current index and apply. Then I think in here we're going to, it's I'm not sure if it has visibility. I mean, we can try. I think that since it's external, it might not see the variable. So for example, if let's see if we can make an if statement here. So variable value scene. Maybe it can actually. I mean, it looks like it's working. I think we've already figured it out. Okay, well, in that case, can I plug it in right here? I testing. Yeah, I saw the, is that any better right there? Can you hear me? It's like the audio bars were in the red. That looked really bad. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All right. So what I wanted to do was whenever change the text of this, that's current index. Sounded like I was blowing on the mic max volume. Yeah, it sounds like it was literally it sounds like it was maxed out with white noise. I don't know. All I did was unplug it and replug it back in. My computer is pretty goofy. You would think I have like some really crappy PC, and apparently I do, but I rebuilt this thing this year, or I mean in 2024. I got a new motherboard, a new PSU, new RAM. I even added a new solid state. What else? Nearly everything besides the case and a couple of old hard drives. I even swapped out pretty much all the cabling because I was trying to get rid of a lot of other problems I had. And I wasn't trying to be bougie when I did. I had a problem with a failed... What was it? I had a problem with a failed boot drive. So I lost that solid state drive. And then... Oh, I even got a new GPU. But there was a problem. When I wanted to upgrade the GPU, I realized the motherboard, even though it had extra slots, it was too old. It was a 2015 or maybe even a 24 model. So it didn't even have the right form factor anymore for a new current gen GPU. So when I upgraded the motherboard, I said screw it, and I just upgraded everything. So 2019, but still going. 2019, that's not bad. Not too bad. So if that was my PC, that means you have about 4 years until something goes wrong. Oh, well, there you go. I mean, that'll carry you really far. I think, I mean, does it run pretty well? Obviously, you're getting good frames and everything. I'm assuming it works. Nice. Yeah, I figured it would. Yeah, that's pretty good. Just the PSU. That's not too bad. In terms of cost, those are usually pretty reasonable. And it's not like they're in such high demand, like with crypto mining and stuff, where the prices get inflated. Yeah, I switched over to... I had an NVIDIA 780 Ti for many years. I switched over to an Intel graphics card actually. It's the Intel Arc A770. It's actually pretty decent. It had a few bugs at the beginning, but it runs some games on Ultra. It's more like upper mid tier though, so I'd say it runs most solidly on just high, but it's been pretty good for a mid price point. And honestly, upgrading to a new generation anyway, so like upgrading from a top end 2015 model to a mid tier 2024 model, that's already so much more improvement for less than I would have paid back then. Yeah, you just play on medium. Oh, I think I need this over here too. I'm definitely. Feel like I haven't streamed much because I've not been streaming much. But unfortunately, I'm not. Oops. Hold on. Let's undo that. Not sure I'm gonna get this done before I get off of here tonight. Golly, I've got garbage in there. Alright, I'm just gonna have to type this out old-fashioned style. S current index. Let's see if that works. Okay, that does seem to work. All right. S current index. Oh, with your eyesight, the Ultra is wasted. That's unfortunate. All right, well, we've got the updates going on here. So that's already an improvement. It's updating over here. This is what I'm looking at. So, all right. And ultimately, I'm not keeping this over here anyway. That's actually going to be for the crafting. It will be here. Yeah, it actually works. I mean, that's half. That's... I mean, I wonder now. So what I would do then, to get this over in the other scene, is... I think it would be... Oops. If I click apply to the level here, then we simply don't change the text object. But if we go back to world map, we clear the text object. I think that's it. You play Minecraft with shaders, and that's probably the max your GPU ever sees. Man, I haven't done that in so long. I used to try new like texture things. Are the shaders like how solid does it look? Obviously the blocks are blocky, but I assume it looks pretty darn detailed these days, right? All right, so if let's do this. I want to test putting this into a level. Okay. And then yeah, so I think if I start playing from here, the water and lights are nice. That's pretty cool. All right, so if we have 95 and 1, so now if I go back to the world map, play fire level 1. Let's see, it's not showing. Did I? Look at my instances here. Yeah, so it's still there. Okay, let's try this again. So let's create, say that one. Let me double check the debugger. Oh, wrong level. Wrong level. All right, right there. So go back to world map. Oh yeah, I see your test text object in there as well. Layer, well, I was looking for the instance itself. What layer is this on? That's we could, yeah, let's check the layer at least. That could be it. I just saw it. Really, it's really hard to find these. It might need to be dragged out too. All right, so click on that. I lost it again. Dang it. My goodness. Right click the text. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good call. I could do that and then just remove that object real quick. Let's drag it back out there. Did I just do what I think I did? Yeah, I think I deleted the actual object and not the instance. Dang it. Alright, what did I change since the last save? Probably not too much. I think, yeah, I hate it when that happens. I'll just make a new one. It's fine. Alrighty, I'll just take this thingy here. Actually, not that thingy. I'll take any old text object here. Duplicate that. We'll call it text. Actually, since it's going to be global, I'll put a G in front of it. So global text map mods summary, I guess. Okay, drag that up. I think right now I want white text. Let's make this, let's just say placeholder for now. It should update automatically whenever it's used. Hopefully. If not, there's some way I can just hide it in the game. Let's drag that over here. And then let's grab that name. Go into the external events. Update, update, update. Okay, let's make sure this works. That seems to. Now that thingy. That's what I was trying to get to. Let's put that on the UI layer. Now let's test if we can get that to update as well. So create, so it's 89 and 1, go back, go in, go in, go in. It did not. Okay. Let's see, so if it's not updating there, I was wondering, do you know how to see global instances? I'm not sure how. I see the scene instances like... Yeah, that was that was annoying. You think it just lists them under the scene instances? Yeah, usually the latest thing added is at the bottom, right? But I'm only seeing the last thing on there is the text for the fishers, which is down here. But I'm not seeing it here at all. But it's clearly there. We were just talking about this the other day, or the other week. The ability to search and filter your inspector debugger results. It looks like people have been asking for that for a while. October of 23, September of 24. No, it's fine if it's a scene instance. I get that. I'm just wondering where it's listed because it should be... Like, these are the scene instances, right? So I'm just saying I don't see it listed in the scene instances. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, so global icon, knowledge scroll. Oh, no, here it is. It just wasn't where I was expecting it. You're right. My bad. Okay, so it doesn't show... Well, let me try something. I wonder. Let's find out. Let's mess around and find out something here. Oh yeah. Always love a good testing session. I'm going to try putting this stuff into a variable, a text variable, and then displaying the variable so that I can monitor in the inspector. Because I don't think in the inspector you can actually see what the text value is. So, and then at the end of all of this, we would display, or we would assign that variable to the text object. So add value blank. So this would actually be change the variable. Let's do that. Variable. I appreciate the hearts. Oh, this is why. It's the wrong thing. Hold on, cancel that. It's like looking at it funny. It just wasn't computing in my mind. Yeah, let's just get rid of that object. So it's going to be variable. We're not adding a value. We are changing a value. There we go. I was like, what am I looking at? Set that to blank. So we're going to reset it. And then down here, we're adding value, but that's not an array. So we need to change that completely. Text value, add, and then there we're going to add all of this junk and disable that top one, and basically do the same down here. We're going to duplicate that, but then change this one. Yeah, man. I'm a little bit cooked, but I'm really trying to push through this. I want to see a little bit of progress. Almost there, at least. Almost there with this little approach. Then we're just going to replace this text with that text and disable this one. And then at the very end of all of it, we would have another event. And we would simply assign it, change the variable. So actually it's not going to be that. It's going to be change the text. Change the text to the variable. Let's see, text value. Can we not do that? How do you do this? It's going to be there's got to be a way. Oh, I think I know. So let's try. Something like that. The object doesn't exist. How do we get that text variable into the text object? There has to be a way. Object, then variable. I'm not sure I'm following. change the text of the text object, and I want to assign that the variable, which is called text value. Should probably rename that since the word text is used so many times. Let's call that text variable. Oh, object dot variable. I see what you're saying. Object-oriented programming. Bam. There it is. All right. Yeah. Just took me a minute. Oh, that was weird. Huh. Okay, I don't even want to know what that bug is. Don't even want to know right now. Debugger, refresh. Let's see, text. Oh, that's the wrong one. We need... right here. Okay, yeah, so it is updating the variable. So I click here, refresh, it's updating the variable. Okay, so let's go to, hold on, let me put it back on one with, I'd rather see it with the two values. 32 and 1, something like that, refresh. Well, it seemed to update when I hovered, and in fact, it just did it right now. Like right now. So yeah, I mean, I'll check that out in just a second here. Let's take a look here and see if the variable holds its value when I go in here. Maybe, I think I know what the problem is, because it's not the same instance though, even if it's global, right? So it seems like the variable, the object variable really needs to be a global variable. Because I bet if I refresh this, we're not gonna, it's obviously not working. So I think that's the issue. Mouse released. Mouse released do once maybe. Yeah, probably. I think you're right. In fact, this needs to be called. So let's grab this. Then let's go into the scene here. Oh man, where'd it go? You used press once. Oh, you used nice. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna save. I think I need to do maybe a restart here. Might help a little bit. So, do you have any plans for the weekend? Oh, there we go. Okay. Forgot to expand it down. I was struggling. All right. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Include events from music. I guess that stays. Map mods only need to be displayed once. Oh, if I'm pressing a button, then did a if not pressed and forgot, it applies that every frame, not just once. Oh man. Yeah, I've done that. Definitely have done that. Yeah, messing around with game mechanics and ideas. Sounds like a sounds like a pretty chill weekend. Pretty chill. Can't complain about that. Okay, so I think what I need to do is take this variable and apply it to a global variable. So this will be basically this. All right, so let's go over here and global variables. I think earlier I added one. Let's see. I think I ended up not using this. So I'm just going to rename it. This is a text object, and I'm going to rename it global text map mods. This will be global text var something. Global text map mod summary. something like that. So it's going to be more like this, and then this one will be a variable update. So it will be change variable value, map mod, and it will be set to add, and it will add that. Let's drag that out of here. And then very similarly, copy and paste this down here, copy this text, drop that in there, drag that out. Then finally, change this text to the global variable. It'll be, yes. And double check it. So then take a look at the debugger. Let's look at the global variable now instead of the object variable. (54 and 1). So let's go back to the world map, play, fire 1, refresh. Oh, okay, yeah, I know the problem here. It's doing exactly what I told it to. It's clearing it. So I'll need to change something there. Probably check the scene or something. You found that the Pathfinder Painter's hitbox is massive. It takes the max and min Y as its box. So the hitbox of the path itself, using the Pathfinder Painter. So it's treating it like, it sounds like it's treating it like any old sprite then, where it's a rectangle. Yeah, same for the width. So it's treating it like any old sprite. Like if you go into Piskel and you draw a zigzag or something, it doesn't treat it as empty space. It treats it as a big filled up rectangle. That's interesting. Yeah, that's annoying. So if you're trying to do something like checking if the path is on an object or if an object is on the path, that doesn't work then, does it? Okay, I think the problem here is this S current index. So what I need to do is that Let's go back to the global variables, add a variable. Do this, and then I think what I want to do is in this scene, you made a TD game where you can place towers and walls anywhere, making a custom path. But yeah, you cannot place a tower if it blocks the path. Yeah, I would have loved to do that in this game as well. But those bugs. Yeah, I wonder. You could maybe do like assign each one an ID and then check for the ID or something like that. You could maybe check if it's within a specific distance. I don't know. It sounds like it's triggering as true though. So maybe the condition isn't the issue. But maybe a subcondition to do a different check before you delete. Something like that. I don't know. That's not working. Tell you what, I'm going to come back to this later. I don't think anything I've done here tonight will conflict with anything you're working on. So I don't think I'm going to do a push to GitHub tonight. So I think that's about it. Your favorite type of tower defense is open play area that you make the path. Yeah, those are a lot of fun. I've even done some reverse tower defense games from some indie devs that are pretty fun. Where you basically select your enemy path through the towers, which is very similar really. You just happen to be controlling the enemies rather than controlling the towers. In fact, that last one I played, let me see here. Tower Escape. This one's pretty fun. Maybe a little hard to see in a screenshot. It's really busy looking, but it does all the path checking like you're talking about. You basically draw your path manually, relatively manually, and by placing points like point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. And then it's obviously checking to make sure it doesn't collide with a wall. Anomaly. Nice. Oh man, there's a lot of games here with Anomaly. It wouldn't be this one, would it? Anomaly 2. That actually looks relatively similar to how my world is set up, except I'm not using, I'm trying not to use perspective. I'm trying to use isometric. Nice. Well, that sounds pretty fun. I might have to check it out sometime. Even if it's older. I like older games. Cool beans. Well, it's been fun. It's nice to get back on stream. And Code, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your help on the game, too. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm sure I'll chat with you in the meantime. But everyone, thanks so much for hanging out and watching. Yeah, I would be interested in getting a walkthrough. Obviously, I've seen some of your screenshots and stuff, but it'd be fun to do a deep dive with you. For sure. Appreciate it. So everyone, you have a great night, and until next time, I hope you have fewer bugs than I do. Thanks.